Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about how you and your specific person are always in perfect sync together. I want you to start realizing that whatever you're thinking and feeling, they're mirroring that back to you perfectly. So this might help you understand what happens when you actually waver as well. And I know that you've heard this in other videos, but I'm hoping that this little tiny little story will just help inspire you to understand that you really just want to be really focused and disciplined and stop buying into your fears, worries, and doubts. Stop feeding that flame, okay? Before I get into this, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're loving my content, because it does help me grow. And if you need help with your specific person or your specific issue with money or health or anything at all, email me a very, very short paragraph to kim@coreunion.com, and I'll reply back with my next available. I just put up a video the other day about what happened when I met my mirror soul, Hannah, and the things that happened with my retail business, because those things were meant to happen, because that life was no longer serving me. And everything that had to happen did happen. And even though in my 3D reality, it was very scary, I continued to persist and trust through it. And everything, again, that had to happen, happened. So you can watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. What I want to talk specifically about today is just a perfect example of how me and Hannah are always so in sync together. It's like we read each other's minds. And even though I completely understand, and so does he, why this happens, you can't help but to get a kick out of it, as if it's something that just happened for the first time. Every time it happens, we document the things that we have that are always in sync. And it's just a lot of fun. In that video, I had shared how some of my old clients of my retail business who had manifested multi-million-dollar businesses kept saying to me, "What are you doing? Pull the plug, pull the plug, pull the plug." For at least over a year, one person in particular was saying, "Just pull the plug, stop it. Like, why are you doing this to yourself?" And I was just being really stubborn with my ego. I kept thinking about that, and I didn't actually have this conversation with Hannah after I made the video, but for whatever reason, the other night after I did the video, I kept imagining, just automatically, I was imagining Hannah asking me, what did the person do for a living? What was their business that ended up being successful? I imagined myself telling him he had this awesome robotics business. So I didn't actually have that conversation with Hannah, but for whatever reason, that was in my mind and it was very prevalent. The next morning, through the conversation, and I don't even remember exactly how the conversation started, Hannah is an engineer and he's like super brilliant. It's one of the many things that I find to be incredibly sexy about him. He ended up talking about how much he loves, of all things, robotics. Now, we've had about 1 million conversations. Robotics has never come up in the subject matter. It's just a perfect sync. It's not anything like, oh, extraordinary and amazing. But the reason why I wanted to share it is this is exactly how it works. You are going to be getting reflections of kind of a mishmash of conscious and subconscious things. The reflection itself may not be precise and perfect, but what is always precise and perfect is if you are trusting and believing in your heart of hearts, in what's deep down into your core of you about your specific person, and you are literally trusting in the bond that you guys have and knowing, like literally knowing that your end exists and that the two of you guys are going to be happy together, your specific person will feel that too. And then if you start to get movement, because this happens, you'll start to get movement, and then you get scared again, and then they run, and you're like, well, what happened? It's because you got scared again. So they obviously also are mirroring you. It's a perfect mirror. So you need to go within and just love and soothe the little part of you that's scared and realize that your fear has nothing to do with them. And handle your dark, handle your triggers and your inner child, your shadow, whatever you want to call it, handle that separate from your person, and then just go right back into trust. And for some of you guys who haven't seen your person or talked to your person in quite some time, and you say, well, I've been doing all this work for so long, a lot of times I end up talking to you guys, and the truth comes out that while maybe it has been several months or a year or whatever that you've been working on this, when I continue to talk to you, it actually comes out that you're actually not fully trusting or surrendered in this entire process. I want you to wipe the slate clean of the time element, of the urgency, of all the fears, worries, and doubts, of the distrust in the process. You have to learn how to step into acceptance and trust in the whole thing. So I want you to just literally imagine from now on that your specific person is literally in sync with you. Your specific person is in sync with your fears, is in sync with your love, is in sync with your trust, is in sync with all of the stories that you're telling. Start thinking of it that way, okay? And I'll bet you any amount of money, if you really start thinking of it that way and you remain disciplined and focused, which means you're not checking social media, you're not constantly wondering what's going on, you are literally, I like morning, noon, and night, spend a good 10 minutes living from, thinking from, and feeling from the end of whatever I'm manifesting, whether it's related to a relationship or whatever, doesn't matter. And then throughout the day, if I think anything that's opposing that, I step back from it and I just have that be a reminder. Oh, okay, hold on. What is it that I want right now? Know and trust that your specific person is in perfect sync with you all the time. So if you are not trusting in them, then they are in sync with that. If you are trusting in them, they are in sync with that. If you're believing in your relationship and the bond, they are in sync with that. If you don't, they are in sync with that. Okay. So they're always in sync with you. Okay. I love you guys so much. I hope this video helps. Comment down below and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.